All right, hey, it's Paul. Today we're going to talk about my workout. I was asked to put it down on paper, so I've been trying to do it, and here's my first attempt. Okay, so what this workout will do for you, okay? I've used this workout since probably 94 or 5, when I really put it all together. I had tried a lot of different stuff over the years, and some worked, some didn't, and finally I got something that I just nailed it, and I knew I nailed it because you can feel it in your body when you really get something right. And ever since then, I've had people ask me, what do you do? And I've even had a lot of people tell me like, oh, you're gifted, you're different than me, I can't do it. But then when I was not good, when I didn't have the right workout, they never said that, right? They didn't say that before. So now they say it, right? And so it's kind of human nature to always think that you can't do something because that takes the onus off you to try, because some other guy is perfect, right? He's got it all, right? This is not the case. I've tried many workouts. Many of them didn't work out for me, but I was open-minded. I read a lot and I tried everything. So here's the workout that really works. And what it does for you is it will keep you, like I'm 51 years old, so it keeps you young, right? Keeps you young. It keeps you very strong. So for example, I'm not a trained fighter, but I've had to defend myself a few times here. I travel a lot, and I've been robbed, and I've had some situations in my life, and I've pretty much always won the fights. And why? It's just because I'm so damn strong that it's like tough to beat me actually in a fight. So you get a lot of benefits. And whenever I have a motorcycle accident, I used to race motorcycles. My doctor would always tell me, I'd say, I'm so lucky I didn't get injured. And he's like, no, Paul, it's because you work out. That's why. And I was like, oh, it affects you when you crash. Okay. He said, yeah, because you can hold your body together, right? It's like you're strong enough that you don't just flop all around and get injured, right? So I'm like, okay, so there's a lot of benefits. Another benefit to the workout is definitely, I would say, sexually. You stay younger, Don't use Viagra, don't use any of that crap. You don't need it. Once you get in shape, you don't need that stuff. I think, and I'm just basically against any of that kind of stuff. And it's not so much because morally any of that kind of stuff, but I just think that you want to have a simple life, okay? Like back to what I said earlier, is you don't want to be a psycho. Like if working out is such a big deal to you, like some gurus, it's such a big deal to them. Like workout is almost invisible in my life. I go once a week or less. It doesn't take much time at all. Some people don't even know I ever go to the gym. You know what I mean? They think I just naturally can be in shape. But no, I go to the gym once a week, so once every 10 days. And you have to do that. You have to. There's a strict, to get a lot of benefit from a short time in the gym, you can't mess around. You have to know what you're doing. And this workout will definitely help you to do that. So here's the basic 3 concepts. So one concept is failure, okay? So sprint, failure. The other one is the 3 muscle groups, right? The 3 parts of your body that you want to work out. Let's see, what was the other one? Sprint, failure, and the 3 muscle groups. Okay, so what are many people doing wrong? Okay, let's say what are they doing wrong. Most people go to the gym, and what they do is they just kind of, I don't know what you call it, but they're there, and they're just kind of like getting on the various machines. They're lifting whatever is there. It's almost like a smorgasbord or something. Like a cafeteria where there's different food, and they just come along and grab some food, right? They say, well, I'm in the gym. I'm going to use the different machines. I'm just going to try these machines, right? They don't really know which one is the key one. They just kind of like tried a couple things. And often what happens with human nature is you generally will, if you're a human being, you probably gravitate towards things that you're kind of good at and it's kind of fun, and you probably stay away from things that you're not good at, right? That is definitely not a good plan for getting in shape, and you can waste literally your whole life doing that if you don't know what you're doing. You can go to the gym, you can have a membership, you can really try your best, spend a lot of energy, you can sweat, you can go to the gym 7 days a week and never get in real shape, in good shape. And that's just a tragedy when I see that. When I see the fat guys on the running machines, I feel so bad. I'm just thinking, you guys don't need to be like that. You really don't need to be like that. There's no reason, And it's just like, I don't know. It's just like, it's sad, It reminds me of this lady who studied English. She was like 7 years old and she still couldn't speak English. And I was like, oh, it's sad. It's like they're doing something wrong, but they just don't know what it is. It's like, and there's nobody there, and no one has the heart to tell them, right? Is that they're doing it wrong, right? So they just everybody just lets you go, right? I think one thing is I'm tough love. Really, I'm tough love, and I'm tough love on myself and my friends. And with this workout, I'm going to be tough, right? I'm going to tell you exactly what to do, and if you do it the way I say, you'll still have questions a lot. It can get, there are a lot of subtleties that you need to think about, but if you follow it, you'll see huge gains. And I don't care if you're a woman or a man, although I'm guessing it's mainly men watching this. So, okay, so let's say with failure, okay, the guys in the gym, what are they doing wrong? They're just kind of going through the motions, right? They're just like, oh, today I'll go kind of hard, today I won't, whatever. They're just using the machine, they're running, they're just trying stuff, right? And what you want to do is you want to go scientific, because again, you don't want to spend a lot of time, and as I said before, there's not much benefit to being in the gym a lot. There's no benefit, right? As you can see from the guys who go to the gym every day. So how long can you sprint in real life? How long can you sprint? For me, I can only do one real sprint, 2, maybe 3 real sprints of 100 meters. And that's it. After that, I can run after that, but I can't sprint anymore. Actually, I hurt my knee, so right now I can't even do that. I have to be very careful with my knee right now. And that'll be part of the workout. We're going to talk about real life here. We're going to talk about real freaking life. How to, like I said, not be a psycho, to be social. I eat out almost all my meals in restaurants. I don't go to any special restaurants. I go to regular restaurants. And I'll teach you how you can, how you can be social, you can be business, you don't have to be a social outcast because you're getting in shape, right? You don't, like I said, the first thing is you don't need to be in the gym all the time, and the second thing is you don't need to eat any special food or carry a bag, or not eat certain restaurants because you can't eat that, or you can't. It's all this stuff I hate, right? So I've always tried to figure out a way that I can have a normal life, a normal social life, and work out, right? Okay, so sprints, you can't do very many of them. So what can you do? If you're going to do a real freaking sprint, you could only do a couple, right? So when you're working out, you have to give, what is the key thing to working out? What is the key thing? The key thing is that what you need to do is you need to give your body the message that it needs to make muscle, okay? How do you do that? How do you give your body the message to make muscle? Is you go to failure, okay? I reckon, I liken it to if I'm learning a new language, right? Let's say I turn on a radio station and they're playing Russian news, and I listen to it. What do you think? Do you think my brain would start to learn Russian as soon as it's on? Would my brain say, oh, Russian, oh, new language, I'm going to learn this new language? No. Your brain basically is a energy saving device. Okay, it's always thinking like, what should I do? Or if not that, this. How can I get the best benefit for the least amount of work? That's what your brain's always doing. So your brain, when it hears Russian one day, it's like, I ain't learning this because I ain't never heard this before. So you're probably never going to hear this again. So I don't need to learn this language. And there's a point when if you force yourself to listen to enough of a language for long enough, what'll happen is at some point, your brain will say, wait a second, I'm frustrated for like the second month in a row. Every day, all day, I hear this weird language, and it's so frustrating. I can't get what I want. I can't do what I want. I feel there's high bad chemicals in my blood. I don't feel good. How can I solve this? And your brain says the easier way is to learn this language than not to learn this language. So one of the keys for learning a language is that you have to give your brain that message, because as long as your brain thinks that it's easier to not learn the language than to learn the language, your brain will always take the easy or the other way out, which is not learning the language, right? Your body is very, very similar. You need to tell your body to make muscles, or it won't make muscles. Okay, your body is not going to make muscles just because you want it to make muscles, and it's not going to make muscles just because you go to the gym. Okay, what it is a very specific thing. Now think of these ideas. Okay, these are concepts, right? And just think of these concepts and think if this makes sense to you. Okay, you need to give your body the message to make muscles. Okay, Now, would you think that's an easy message to give your brain or a hard message? Would it be easy to say, oh, I'm just going to tell my brain to make muscle? It's not that easy. It's not that easy. It's actually pretty difficult to do because your body is, again, just like learning Russian, your body is going to avoid it if it can, because your body is trying to maximize energy and manage what the energy has in case there's an emergency, right? You have to run away from a tiger or whatever. So when you need to break, okay, so again, it's about change because your body is not making muscle naturally. It's not like, do you find yourself when you just go on vacation, you wake up with like huge biceps or, massive chest? No. It's not easy to give that message. It ain't easy at all, right? But how do you do it? How you do it is when you go to total failure. I mean real failure, muscle failure, where you basically fall down. Okay, your body says, your body says, hey, I can't do what's being asked of me. So your body doesn't know that it's 2016. It doesn't know that you're living in a city. Your body just says, wait a second, I can't do what's being asked of me. I can't do it. I need more. I can't do it. So when you give that message, your body will start to produce. It will send a message to your muscles and say, make muscles. It's a general message. Okay? It's not like a specific make arm muscles or make pinky muscles or whatever. It's just a general make muscles. Like, I need muscles. I need more muscles. I can't do what's being asked of me. And this message, like I said, is not easy to give your brain. So how you do that? How do you give that message? Okay, it's a feeling that you're going to develop over time. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to work on your main muscle groups, because when you work on the small muscles, they're so small that they don't give that kind of crucial message to your brain, in my experience. You need to have your main muscles where it's almost like your brain thinks it's life or death, right? So how you do that is by going to failure, okay? And I think a lot of people, when they hear my workout, they often think, oh, I could be injured, or this is dangerous. And I'm not a doctor, but I'm just saying that this is fear. Generally, it's fear. You're afraid of trying something. You're afraid of trying something new. You're thinking, well, maybe I'll just have another Dove bar and sit on the couch, right? Don't do that. Okay. So you go to failure. I'm going to teach you the exact